The captain, blamed for the sinking of a cruise ship off Italy, has apologised to survivors during a court hearing. The Costa Concordia liner capsized in January, killing 32 people. A lawyer for the victims' family says no one should have died. Well, Al Jazeera's Charlie Angela is in Grosseto, where a pre-trial hearing is taking place. We're at the end of the first day, Charlie. What have we learned so far, do you think?
Well, proceedings did move quite slowly. This is just the first of 5 days. But that appearance by Captain SCHETTINO was significant. This is the first time he's made an appearance at one of these hearings in Grosseto. And he said he wanted to come here to help his lawyers reconstruct exactly what happened that night on the Costa Concordia. And as he said, one of those survivors actually went up to him and shook his hand, saying that he really hopes that the truth will come out. Now, over the next days, they'll be listening to data and video recordings from the ship's black box, and some were leaked to the press earlier, including a conversation recorded on the captain's bridge just after the ship crashed into those rocks off GIGLIO. And in it explains the confusion that was going on with the captain. He calls down to the engine room, which was rapidly flooding, and asks, "Are we going under?" The response is yes, and he says, "But I don't understand." He then makes a public announcement to passengers saying that the ship is just experiencing a technical fault and that everything is under control. But that, we know, wasn't true.
Smuggled into the back entrance of a makeshift court, Captain SCHETTINO. Inside, he'll face for the first time some of the families of the 32 people who died on his ship. Dozens of lawyers are attending this final hearing in Grosseto, joined by experts and a few survivors from the Costa Concordia disaster. Survivors like Patrizia Perelli, who have been waiting for answers for 9 months.
From the pre-trial hearing, I want clarity on what happened, how it happened and why, and who was responsible. I don't believe all the blame lies with Captain SCHETTINO.
What happened the night the cruise ship crashed into rocks off the island of GIGLIO is being presented in a 270-page report. At impact, water started rushing in, but Coast Guards weren't told the ship was sinking until much later. Based on the ship's black box data recorders, the report details the series of errors made by the captain, 5 of his crew, and 3 crisis managers from Costa Cruises.
This hearing may go on for days, but at the end of it, all 8 could be indicted on charges of multiple manslaughter. Captain SCHETTINO could also face trial for causing a shipwreck and breaking the most important rule of the sea, abandoning his vessel before his passengers and crew. Although the captain still insists he simply fell off the Costa Concordia.
But lawyers argue this case is not about the mistakes of individuals, but of a corporation.
The reason these people are dead is not SCHETTINO. SCHETTINO's involvement, he caused a minor accident at a low impact in very shallow waters. These people died because of what Costa Concordia did afterwards.
Back on GIGLIO, the wreck is a tragic and constant reminder of human error. Salvage teams are working around the clock to erase all trace of the 114,000-ton ship. Legal proceedings are moving much slower, and survivors will have to wait until next year before any criminal trials begin.
As Charlie, they really don't seem to have got very far, do they, with removing the Costa Concordia from the Italian shoreline?
No, well, it's an enormous task. That ship weighs 114,000 tons. But Costa Cruises have decided to go not for the cheapest or the easiest option, which would be just to cut the ship up in situ. Instead, they want that ship turned back into an upright position and refloated and towed out of there with its head held high. So those salvage teams are having to work around the clock. They reckon they've got another 7 months to go before they can complete that. But the islanders are getting more and more frustrated that this wreck is lying in their harbour, and they want it gone by the beginning of the tourist season next summer.
Charlie Angela live for us in Grosseto. Thank you.